think of your body as an operating system of a computer, which runs in the background. And it actually runs autopilot a lot of the time. The codes are instructions provided to our body to execute a certain function. For example, when I have protein, what actually ends up happening is my stomach receives instructions to break down the protein into smaller fragments known as peptides. This will then go through the intestine and pancreatic enzymes, which then further breaks this down into amino acids. The amino acids then become these blocks of protein, which then actually get absorbed by the bloodstream and is used in the body for repairing tissues such as muscle, skin, eyes, organs, and etc. And a part of it can also be contributed to the synthesis of neurotransmitters for regulating brain function and mood. And just as you can hack a computer and also hack an operating system, you can also do the same for yourself. And this is known as biohacking to get the results that you want. But you have to understand what occurs in your body at a biological level and a biochemical level as well. And especially your own body. Because everyone's bodies have strengths and weaknesses. And we have different levels and different rates. Like our metabolic levels are different, our energy levels are different, oxygen levels, and etc. The smart approach is that you want to make sure you are in charge of your own code and the codes that you do provide to your body, rather than the other way around or providing to a third-party source. So you want to provide codes that can execute functions in your body as efficiently and as effectively as possible. The first step is to stop looking for quick fixes. Anything that's fast, cheap, convenient, easy, these types of words you hear a lot of the time, are used a lot in sales pitches, and you want to actually be more aware of what the side effects are, because a lot of the time there are a lot of side effects, and that you actually won't have a lot of control of what inputs you provide. You don't know how they've cooked the food, you don't know what ingredients are involved, and etc. etc. You want to think long-term and sustainability, not short-term, because there's always a cost in the long term. That has these four words. So these 30-day rapid weight loss diets and maximum gym workouts in 1 week, you can get this much muscle, is just such an inefficient usage of your energy and time and even money, because you're not going to even be doing this for the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years. You don't think, can I do this stuff for a lifetime? And if you can't do it, then don't do it today. Try a different approach where you can actually do this for a lifetime, because that's the commitment you need to have. The first step is to cut out any foods that are just anti-nutritious. This includes a lot of junk food, which are just rich in unhealthy fats, refined carbohydrates, and sugars. Next is to make sure you have foods that are just rich in vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin A, K, and E, which most people actually fall short on. But there's also minerals as well, like calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, phosphorus, iron, iodine, cobalt, and etc. And also omega-3 fatty acids, which are also good for the brain development and neuron development. And these can be through monosaturated or polysaturated fats, but you can also be wary of how much you have of those, but also protein, fiber, and complex carbohydrates. To also optimize nutrition and diet, you can also have supplements as well, but you also want to do a lot of research into what goes behind them and if they're trustable and etc. But they can also be in the forms of herbs, spices, prebiotics, probiotics, postbiotics, electrolytes, minerals, and vitamins. If you really want to see such improvement as well in your body and yourself, you have to understand what targets do you aim for? What are the goals and what is the practical usage of your body? If it's simply for aesthetics, then you go bodybuilding and you look into that. But you also want to be wary of the risks and things that are involved in that. Or if you want to be someone who's athletic, then you go for like a lean body. But personally, myself, I just want to be someone who's just in the middle of aesthetic and athletic. So then I can get the best of everything. And I might not be super buff and strong. I might not be super lean and etc. But as long as I'm aesthetic and athletic and I'm in the middle, I can do a majority of the things that I want to in life. And that's to pursue martial arts, have the right flexibility and strength, comfortable with my body weight, and etc. So just define what is the practical usage of your body. I personally think that everyone should aim to be the best version of themselves. And that can be aesthetic and athletic. but also have the following qualities that they also focus on in the training and in the diet and sleep and everything, in the entire lifestyle, focusing on longevity especially. And that includes like strength, cardiovascular health, which most people neglect a lot of the time, improved energy levels, metabolism, enhanced cognitive function or brain function, reduced stress, easier recovery, mobility and flexibility, and of course, as I said, longevity, which a lot of people cut out. Most of the time, people just focus on muscular development and just strength. But there's also the 10 other things that I also mentioned that you need to have. And there's always an opportunity cost and trade-off between these different types of goals everyone has. Bodybuilders may not be as flexible and mobile as someone who's athletic. An athletic person may not have as much strength. But if you're just right in the middle, where you have the best of both, you're lean, you're aesthetic as well, that is probably just the best. You actually live a lot longer than any of these people. But that obviously depends upon your own goals. So this was part 1 of the biohacking series. And so like and subscribe if you like this, and stay tuned for the next part.